Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? We got a special retro review of the classic Bela Lugosi, our cult classic Devil's Bat, the Devil Bat, and it's very hard to find sequel that I just found a couple days ago called Devil Bat's Daughter. And first of all, I mean, the Devil Bat, I remember the history behind both movies for me is way back Sundays when I was still in the 80s, when I was still in school and stuff, he used to have sneak previews on. And then I know Siskel and Ebert left, and they were replaced by Jeffrey Lyons and Michael Medved. And I think sneak previews on at 10:30, then at 11 o'clock they had Ernie Kovacs on for an hour. And that was really funny. And then they had something on Matinee at DeBizio on, which was like two and a half hour show. I mean, for a syndicated show, it's kind of long for PBS, but it was like the guy did an introduction about everything that's going to be on it. And basically, it would be like what you go if you went to like a regular movie theater back in the 30s and 40s. There'd be like some trailers for some movies. There'd be a newsreel. There'd be a cliffhanger, and they played stuff like Phantom Empire and also what was the other one? The Underground Kingdom with Ray Crash Corrigan. The other one had Hopalong Cassidy, I think the other one. And they were both a lot of fun. And they had like Junior G-Men and stuff like those were good too, with the Dead End Kids or the Bowery Boys. And then they'd have like a cartoon and a movie. And then very seldomly did they have a horror movie, but I remember they had the Devil Bat. I was a big fan of the movie. I really liked the movie starring Bela Lugosi. And then, like, okay, time went by. And then I remember being in the military. I was home for Christmas vacation on, when I was in Fort Bragg. From 90 to 91, I remember my grandmother took me out shopping. We went to a couple places. And there was a McCoy's. Outside of McCoy's, they had like a outside stand with videotape and also shoes. And she bought me these $3 sneakers. I remember seeing a videotape, Devil Bat's Daughter. I didn't know there was a sequel to the movie from Video Gems. That was like $10. I didn't bother to get it because my grandma said, "You have enough tape. You're not allowed to get it." She was saying, "I'm not allowed to get it. It's my own money." But she bought me those $3 tennis shoes that last like a month before there's a hole worn in them. And ever since then, I've never been able to find Devil Bat's Daughter anywhere. And then John said it was a rarity to find it,
Yeah, Greg grew up there right in the Erie Horror Fest. He needed some money, so I bought a collection of his DVDs and VHS tapes. And he was, we're talking about different movies in the collection. He mentioned Devil Bat, and he said Devil Bat's Daughter is supposed to be hard to find. And then so Jason really wanted to see it, and you dug around and you finally found it on YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah.
So, anyway, so I downloaded it then. I like to use 4K downloaders, my thing.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing is getting digital copies of public domain movies, like The Devil's Bat and such. What's neat is there's this program you get for your computer called Plex Media Player. And there's a free version, there's a paid for. The paid for has some little extras. When I bought it, I think it was $120 for a lifetime membership. Unless I'm thinking of something else, maybe it was only $60. Anyways, and that had like access to like all of the South Park episodes and all kinds of stuff. But what it is, it's like you create server on your computer. Now I've got a separate external drive. I've got a 14 terabyte one, and what this program does is like you create a library. So I've got one because I buy music digitally now. So you can digitally download it, and now you can organize all your music. Like I said, I've been getting public domain movies off the internet, and I can't remember the name of the one YouTube channel I found. Someone had a YouTube channel where they had a bunch of copies of movies that people have cleaned up, some of these old movies.
Yeah.
And they're all public domain, so I downloaded some off of there. And it's nice, because then, like, the program will, of course, you got a title. Make sure you have the proper title, but then it'll scan and it'll find all this information. So, like you can see, it's got the title, the year it came out, the length, the rating. Of course, this is before the rating system.
Yeah.
One of the movies I got I haven't watched yet called Maniac.
Yes.
That was 1930, so that was before
the Hays Commission. Hays Code.
The Hays Code. So there's actually nudity in it.
Yeah, some nudity in it. Yeah.
So then you can see underneath it has like the genres.
Yeah.
And then like what the public has rated. But you can also do your own rating. So I gave this a 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
And then you got your play, you got your cast information, and all kinds of stuff. And if there's a trailer exists for the movie, it'll have a trailer icon, and you can watch the trailer. Now, here's the thing about this program. What's great is you can set up so others can stream off your computer. So Jason, we set up an account for him. Yeah. So he can log in and watch any of his movies anytime he wants off of my computer. Yes. Or like photos. It also scans photos if you want.
Photos are cool.
So like if you have vacation photos and you want to share with somebody that's out of town especially, like say you got relatives across the country, hey, you could give them access and they can scan. Now there's a formula for like movies, depending on your internet speed. I think with mine, and I forget what's my internet speed, is it 700 megabits download? Yeah. I could have 4 people streaming at once, and that might be besides me, and at 720p. So, of course, well, this one's a 720 copy. It's kind of cleaned up, but there's like most of the stuff like the Devil Bat's Daughter.
Devil Bat's
Daughter. That's a low res.
Yeah, low res.
So it wasn't good quality.
But I mean, it's watchable. You can still watch it.
Yeah, you can watch it. But it's nice if you can share stuff like that. You have your own streaming service.
Yep, it's really cool.
Like we found a bunch of. There's this one website that's actually has all kinds of public domain stuff. Yeah. The books, movies, music, all that stuff, and I've downloaded some stuff there. Of course, a lot of it's lower quality. But anyways, so we decided to do a double feature tonight.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And it's good. The Devil's Bat, the sequel is a little bit different. It's more of a mystery movie than it is a horror movie. Yeah. But it's still worth watching. None of the original cast are back. No. It was done 6 years after this. Yeah. Because I think this was successful.
Yeah, this was very successful. Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to create your own server and for stuff, now if you don't care about public domain movies, if you have digital music and you want to organize it, because they'll do a scan. Like, okay, I bought Alice Cooper and Johnny Depp's band's albums, Hollywood Vampires, and so I bought the digital copies, and so it's nice and organized by band and by album, has information. But again, photos too. I've got some photos. I got to better organize my photos and scan them all. So, not that Jason probably does. Well, maybe it'd be stuff you'd be interested in checking out.
Oh yeah, I mean, like a whole bunch of neat stuff. Oh yeah, a lot of neat stuff. There's a lot of neat stuff you can always check out.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun program for free again. And then like I have an app on my phone, and I could be at work. And I could play a movie, and within 10 seconds, usually it starts playing. Yeah. Think about that over the internet, 10 seconds. Yeah. But now the thing is, different devices might have different formats it can play. So what I did is I have 32 or 64 gigs of RAM, maybe just 32, but I got 10 of them blocked off as RAM drive. Yeah. And I've got it set so if what's neat is like, let's say Jason had a tablet and it did whatever program he uses can't handle the not format. Yeah, well, it's called format, like an MP4 or MKV. Like let's say it's MKV, Jason's program can play it. Well, his copy of Plex will send a message that it needs to be converted and automatically converted to a format that you can watch. Now, I don't know how long that takes.
Yeah, it takes.
But most of my stuff, if it is an MP4, I go ahead and convert it with the program anyways, because that's pretty much a universal format that anybody can play. So yeah, but Devil's Bat Daughter, if you can find them. Devil's Bat's pretty easy to find on YouTube, and hell, you can probably find it just about any streaming service, even probably like Amazon or
Devil's Bat,
But you know, Devil Bat's Daughter.
It's tough to find.
Tough to find. It took me a couple days.
It took me a couple days. I mean, but I've been wanting to see it since 1991. When I first, I couldn't find it anywhere. Looking all over. Finally found it on YouTube. But I didn't even know. And then, it wasn't the best copy, but it was definitely watchable.
Yeah. You're probably not going to find a high quality copy.
But the Devil Bat, like I said, is a lot of fun, more comedy. Well, comedic with
Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi was great as a scientist.
Right.
Yeah, because he could raise these giant bats, and he wanted to get back at this company. He said, screwed him over. Well, that guy was a real jerk. He kind of
screwed him. They took advantage.
Yeah, he took advantage of him.
Screw him over.
Yeah.
He just wanted money up front, and instead of taking a percentage of the company.
Yeah, he took like $10,000, which was a lot of money back then. Oh, and it's still a lot of money, but he didn't take a percentage, and the other guys got rich off his cold cream formula.
And his perfumes and all stuff.
Yeah, all the stuff.
Colognes and all kinds of.
And he was trying to. They were going to give him a $5,000 check to show their appreciation. And what he did was he found a way to enlarge bats, and he made like this aftershave that had like this some scent from the Orient that drives the bats crazy. That'll make them attack and kill if someone's wearing it. That'll make them strike. So he was giving stuff to the guys. They said, good night, doctor. And he goes, goodbye. Like that. Really, it's a lot of fun. The guy who plays the reporter is great, and the guy who plays there's lots of funny stuff in it. Very time, I give it a 10 out of 10. Now, Devil Bat's Daughter.
I was going to interject here.
Oh, sorry, keep going.
Back then, there probably wasn't that too many people. Yeah. Obviously, the people who made the movie knew about the bat species called a flying fox. I don't know if they're well known in 1940.
I don't know.
Because the way the movie is, it suggests that most people don't know about these large bats. Because, they're fruit-eating bats, and their bodies can grow up to 16 inches, but the wingspan can grow to be 5 feet. And so, they're in this movie, like, oh, large bats, that's preposterous. Yeah. But they might, in that time, maybe it wasn't well known about these flying fox bats. Yes. People just think of the regular size, like around here, the ones that eat insects or, tiny things, where these things are massive. Yeah. So that's why I want to interject there and talk about that. Nothing wrong about that. So he played off of something that probably not too many people knew about, and had some actual, maybe live flying foxes that they filmed for certain scenes, just like up close to the face. Yeah.
It's very entertaining. I want to dedicate this to Melly and also Bailey, because we were talking about this in the live, and then Bailey knew exactly what the Killer Devil Bat was. And she does a really fun film. And it really is. I give it a 10 out of 10. I did a review of that Amityville Death Toilet last night, and it seemed like they kind of gave up. Well,
keep talking.
As they say, they kind of gave up. Oh,
keep talking.
Oh, and they kind of gave up on it, right?
Right.
And they could have made it so much better. And then, they just gave up. They made this. This is only like an hour, 1 minute. The Death Roll was 70 an hour and 11 minutes, and they could have made it a lot better.
Right.
And this is like PRC, Cameo, Monogram. They were all Poly Row pictures. And they're made by Poly Row Pictures pretty much now, who made that movie. But they could have tried a little harder and made a more entertaining film.
Now, if you look at Devil Bat's Daughter,
here we go.
The problem that I had is it had no information that this program could find. Because when you scan your library, anytime you add something, it'll go and search these websites for information. So I had to download a photo. I had to write 1946 in. I think it calculated the time automatically.
Yeah.
I had to write that it was a horror movie, and then I had to put in a description.
Yeah.
So because it hadn't, well, again, that's how hard it is to find that this program couldn't find it. Now what's funny is I thought it was weird because I was having trouble with some other movies that it wasn't finding info, but what it turned out, and I didn't realize it, the program I use, Wondershare, which is it's an okay program. It does what I need to do. Like I said, I like to convert them to MP4 because that's universal. And H.264. You know, it kind of shrinks the file size without losing quality.
Yeah.
And some reason on some of the output files, but not all of them, it put MP4 as part of the title. And that was screwing up this program to try to find the movie. And I didn't realize that. So I'm doing all this work on these movies, putting in all this information manually. Then one day I finally figured out, I'm like, what the freak? It's putting in as part of MP4 as the title. But not every one. It's just so random. So once I deleted that, then now let me do a search. I was able to get all that information. I'm like, whoa, that pissed me off when I realized it was just a glitch, and I was doing all this manual work I didn't have to do. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's just nuts.
It's a great, these are great programs. And again, I can share with my friends. So my buddy that lives across the country, I gave him access so he can watch some of these old classics too, or listen to my music, or look at some of my photos, family photos and stuff. But Devil's Bat Daughter, this is more of a mystery movie, I would say, than a horror movie. Again, what the audiences thought back then, maybe they saw it as a horror movie too. But now that the original cast came back, and it's a little different. There's a weird thing that they did versus the original movie that didn't make sense. We won't tell you about that.
I don't want to give it away.
If you watch it, you're like, wait. What?
They changed it a little bit. They changed some stuff around.
But again, you could rate this song or rate it now. I'll go ahead and give that a 3 out of 4 or 5.
I mean, because this one.
You can do a half star. That's pretty
cool. Well, this one is a few minutes longer. I think Devil Bat was an hour and 3 minutes, not an hour and 1 hour and 3 minutes. This is an hour and 7 minutes. And it revolves around they even said it's the Devil's Bat Daughter. This one guy said that's the title, which I thought was funny. This girl goes to his the house of that doctor that died a few years back. And then they find her and they find that she's his daughter from I think Romania. I think she came from Romania. I think
he came from Romania.
Yeah, he came from Romania, and then. Apparently, she goes under.
Which is funny because it's Bela Lugosi who played Dracula. And the real
Dracula vampire.
Was Romanian. He was a Romanian prince.
But I mean, it's freaky because there's this doctor in the movie that was finding that the doctor had that, he knew the information to make bats larger and stuff like that. And he seemed interested in that, but he said there's no one to know what to do. The daughter might know something about it, but I don't know. And then she became in his care, and he was hypnotizing her and giving these drugs. He was gaslighting her and making her think she was crazy, while at the same time trying to get information about the doctor and stuff like that. And basically, it was more of a story about gaslighting than anything else. Very serious, no jokes or any comedy in this one. They showed a little bit of footage. There's really no devil bats except in these was weird nightmare scene or a one little scene from the movie. It's not as good, but it's still really entertaining. I enjoyed the movie. The acting's really good. It's just done from a different perspective as far as gaslighting and stuff like that. I give it a 7 out of 10. Well, the first one was a 10 out of 10. This is a 7 out of 10. It's definitely worth watching. They changed some things around by me, and it's still entertaining. So, is that all you got, buddy?
That's all I've got.
That's all you got. So I hope you like this review of and analysis, and also personal history, and also like some story about the working of the Plex
media
player, and reviews of Devil Bat. Yeah, server, and a very tough to find Devil Bat daughter. I mean, that's the thing that really got my interest. Cause I love Devil Bat. I wanted to see the sequel, and it was so tough to find. I'm glad I finally found it. So I hope you like this review and analysis and all this other fancy stuff. Lots of information here dedicated to Melly and also Bailey. I hope you both like it. So until next time, everybody, please take care, my Legion.